Leaves on the road. Ugh. And it's a bit damp, but this is going to be the only day this week I think I'm going to get out on the bike. Watch out for anything. Oh, they're both going around BT vans. It's handy. Hopefully the bike won't get too mucky. Got a few lanes to go down, but we'll see how it goes. Right. The purpose for me riding today, well, yeah, I say it's purpose. I could have taken a car, but I just fancied getting the bike out for a quick run. I've got a new camera set up on the back, which I wanted to test out. But, like all things, I went to start. I tend to go wrong with it. I went to start the bike this morning. The battery was flat, which I've never had before on it, and slightly concerned about that actually. I think. She's 2.5 years old now, so I suppose it could be the battery beginning to go. Oops, a nasty hole to fall into. Right, that girl had green hair in that car. It's rather took my attention. Yeah, so flat battery. I have had the feeling it's getting a bit lazy. Last few times I've started it, it doesn't have an alarm or anything to really drag it down. I've just got to be immobilised at the hiss. But I'm just wondering, I've recently fitted a little USB port there, which goes, it's fused, but it attaches straight to the battery. And I just wonder whether what it's dragging, because it's obviously not going via the ignition switch. I wonder what it's dragging out of the battery when it's sitting doing nothing. I mean, without anything plugged into it. It just makes me think that there's some sort of something going on with it. So I may have to put a meter on that to have a look at that, or maybe just get a switch to isolate it so it's isolated when I'm not using it. The other thing I think I better go and get is I'm going to get an Optimate 4. I had one for the Harley Sportster, and I think it's a brilliant thing because it actually conditions the battery. And I never really thought it was necessary for the Honda, but I think it's probably a good thing to go and buy. It's probably about the cost of a battery anyway. So even in the end, if I have to change the battery, I'll keep the new one in better condition. So something else on my list to do. The other thing is the update on the on my dash, which had a faulty very occasionally the tricks would reset themselves or come up with weird mileage, which I certainly hadn't done. And I don't really use the trips very much, but it just was niggling me in the background. I knew Honda had said there's a fault with these particular displays, and so anyway, so my last video I said I'd just been over to the dealers and they said yeah, they'd get one in, but they've now contacted me quite quickly last week to say I think I'm going to let this guy out, or girl out. I've got cars stacked behind. I don't think they're going to run me off the road. Sorry. Got distracted there, concentrating. They're now saying that it won't be till next April they get it in. So it's no big deal to me. It's not as if it doesn't work. It just intimately does strange things. So it's going to be, oh look at those trees, aren't they beautiful? Look at them. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm off to the vets because my poor beagle has been very ill. She's 13 now, so she's getting on a bit, but she had a nasty abscess under her tongue. Below her voice box, and it meant that she couldn't actually extend her tongue. It got really nasty and swollen. I'm not going to indicate, just we need to pull in here, but I'll indicate after. Oop. Yeah, so we've had many trips to the vets, and she ended up having an operation. And she's on the mend now, but what will happen, we're not sure whether it's something to do with this abscess or whatever, but she had nasty pancreatitis, and so they put her on a low-fat diet. I don't know whether it's quite expensive one as well, relative to what normal dog food costs, and they've put her on this and said we might need to stay on it, we might not, but we've run out, so I've come over to the vets to get some dog food for her, and that is where we are here right now. Where should I pop it? Hello. I think we'll pop it on the hard standing. That's what we'll do. Right. They'll probably think, what the hell's he doing here on a bike with no dog? But never mind. Now, should I leave her ticking over? I think she'll be alright now. Very embarrassing if she's not. And it's a long walk home. And I'm still up. Am I recording? Do you know, I really can't tell.